So yesterday, last class, we were discussing about creating the users. So how many users we created it? We created total 3 users. And also we created the profile. One profile that we created is SIT Salesforce profile, and another one which we created is SIT platform profile. So for SIT platform, we created the user testing and user manager. For SIT Salesforce profile, we created the developer user. Developer user. This is what we have created. And also we have seen when this user is logged in with the Salesforce profile, what are the access of the objects? What are the access that we can see? This person can see. And when SIT platform profile login, what are the visibility is there that we have observed clearly based on the license, how we can distribute the object access or apps access or basically Salesforce access, right? Now, if I go to the profile, now yesterday, how the profile was displaying it, was it displaying in this option? It is displaying differently, right? Is anybody remember yesterday how the view was there?
Yeah.
So here, when I click on the profile, it is a altogether different view. Now I cannot see all my object. I cannot see all my apps. I cannot see any of this. If I have to view the object, then I have to click on the object setting. I have to click on object setting. If I have to go to the Apex classes, then I have to see this. If I have to go to the permissions, then I have to click on this, all the permissions. But yesterday it was different. Yesterday I could see everything here. Now how that is happening? So go to the user management. That is a configuration setup. User management settings. In the user management settings, we have something called enhanced profile user. Enhanced profile user interface. If you switch off this, then my view is going to change. My view is going to change. Now click on the profiles. Now click on this. See here, everything I can see now. So that was the option that I was looking at yesterday. So that is move to the user management settings. Clear? So yesterday we created the users. Yesterday we created the users, how to create the users, how to assign a user, and how to assign a profile license to the user that we have seen yesterday. Now here, if you observe one thing, this user, whether the person is active or not, will be decided by the active checkbox. Whether it is person is active or not, it is decided by the active checkbox. When it comes to the profile, it is going to tell you the profile. But all the options will be having, all the users will have edit access. All the users will have edit access. Now, today we'll see how to edit the user. Okay, first question. Now I wanted to change some data in user record. Let's take example of this one. Okay, so let me connect this first. Okay, so right now let me delete this. I do not have any emails. Now I'll open this user development. I'll open the user development. What I'll do is I'll change some data. Changing some data means, for example, right now this person title is senior developer. Assume that user development is doing pretty good and he is able to solve all kind of issues and he is taking care of daily issues. Now he is promoted from the senior development to the technical lead. So as he promoted from the senior developer to the technical lead, so I'll change it to the technical lead. And then I'll change the department also. I'll change it to the R&D. Okay. And the division is, I'll change it to the IT. I'm changing some data on the user level, right? Could be anything, but right now I'm changing the title because this person is promoted to the technical lead, and we have a company MNC department. He moved to the R&D, and division is IT. Now, as soon as I click on save, what will happen? The data gets updated, or is it waiting for the user input? Does it wait for the user input or getting updated? It will update automatically. The data gets updated, but is it notified to the user? No, it will not notify. I'm updating within the Salesforce. I'm updating within the Salesforce. Within the Salesforce, I'm updating it. What else we can update? You can update everything except the username. Except the username. Don't touch the username. Do not touch the email. Profile, you can change it. And license also, you can change it. License also, you can change it. Right? But whenever you are changing it, get a confirmation from high level saying that this user has this profile. Do you want me to update to the another profile? Get a confirmation from the client. Get a confirmation from the high level management. Then only we can change it. But apart from the profile license, you can change anything. And again, one more restriction is username. Do not touch the username. In case if you wanted to change the username, get a confirmation from this email address. Whoever is this email is there. Get a confirmation from that person saying that I'm changing the username from .17 dev to the .dev. Are you okay with that? So what will happen? This person will receive an email saying that, okay, somebody else is accepting changing this information. Do you want it to go ahead or not? Right? So in that scenario, there are different steps which we have to follow. Okay, but in real time, we do not change the email ID username. We do not change the email ID. In case if you are changing to different email, what will happen? There are two emails which will go out. One email to the old email. One email to the old email saying that somebody has changed your email inside the Salesforce, and are you okay to come out of that? So if this person says that yes, I can come out of that, then there is another email which goes to the new email address saying that okay, you are added to this, please confirm. So two emails will go. So these two are very sensitive. Okay, before you touch anything in the real time, get it confirmed by the senior architect or client or whoever it is. Apart from this and apart from profile licenses, you can change anything. There is all options which are available to change it. Now let's cancel this. Now the data is updated here before. Now the next step is that how to reset the user. How to reset the user. User password. How to reset user password. Now when we go for the user password, let's take a scenario. Like I have went to the ATM. Okay. Bank ATM, I have went there and I keep on trying. I tried for the first time. It did not work. Second time again I tried it. It did not work. Third time again I tried the same password. It did not work. What happened after trying 3 times or more than 3 times? My account will be blocked. My account will be blocked saying that unable to try it because you tried more than 3 times. So please contact your system admin. It will say that please contact system admin. So what we have to do, we have to call the bank saying that my PIN number I forgot it. Can you please reset? So who is going to reset that? only the admin will be able to reset. No other members will be resetting my PIN password, right? Same thing here in the Salesforce. In Salesforce, if I try it more than 3 times, automatically my password will be blocked. And my password will be blocked, and it will say that your password is blocked. If you wanted to reset it, contact the system admin. So they have to Salesforce, whoever the user is trying to log in there, the user has to send an email to the admin or a developer to reset the password. When we receive a request to reset the password, how can we do it? So we have an option called here reset password. When you click on that, it will be a password, new password will be, there is a new password email will be sent to this person. Now, if I click on this reset password for this user. Now change password user. So it says that a new password for the following user has been sent via email. The user will be required to enter a new password upon the initial login to. Right? This person will be receiving an email. So inside the email, I'll be having a URL to reset the password. Now this person has to go to the Salesforce, and now the person has to be reset. So it will ask the reset password. Now I have to give the new password. Once the reset password is clicked, and then you recollect your old password. And if you are trying to connect the old password using the old password, you cannot, because reset password is already clicked. Reset password is already clicked on it. So you cannot able to connect. You have to use the new password anyhow. So now the new password is set. Now the person is able to log in there. Person is able to log in there. Now that's how we set the reset password. So reset password has been set for the user developer. Now let's assume that in real time, the admin person received a multiple emails to reset the password for multiple users. For example, in real time, I have 100 users who are sitting in the all users. Out of 100, admin got a 55 emails to reset the password. Assume that 55 emails to reset the password. In order to reset the password for the 55 users, it will take entire day for admin, because they have to go here and they click on the reset password, note down somewhere that I have clicked on the reset password. Do I need to do all the steps? Is it required? No, it is not required. What can we do is we can select the records which are the user. For example, now this user wanted to reset, as well as this user wanted to reset. Check this. As well as this user is also wanted to reset. Then what I'll do is I'll click on this. On clicking on this, that means 3 users are requested the reset password. Now, as I have already done the reset password, I'll uncheck this. Now, Amala and Raj is going to receive a reset password. Now, these 2 members are requested resetting the password. Now, I cannot go to the each record and reset the password. I cannot click on that. So I can select here multiple users and I can click on the reset password. As soon as I check this, whoever is the selected record, it will take the information as soon as I click on the reset password, and it will send an email to these people. Now, if I click on this reset password, now Amala and Raj is going to receive an email saying that reset your password, and they will get a link. A link will be similar to this, right? That's how we use the resetting the password in the real time.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
See, this end user level, there will be one admin, and development level, one admin will be there. So what is the difference between that end user admin and developer level admin?
When you say end user, is it a customer or is it a client end user?
Client end user I'm talking about.
Both are sales.
No, means there like user end user means suppose customer, if customer get problem, then client admin will solve the problem of customer.
Yes.
And if client admin get problem, then developer admin will solve the problem of it.
Yes.
But what are like the full, like client admin is having full access, like whole access. So is it having same full access of that client admin also, or else like he's having some limited access?
That is depending on your deal with the client. If client says that I need a Salesforce license, then you give the Salesforce license. If client says that I need a standard license, I do not need a Salesforce license because we have your team who is dealing with all the kind of settings. So we will give the standard license. It's all depending on your communication deal with the client. What kind of a license you will give to the client.
Okay, madam.
Now, next thing is that how can we prevent the user from login? Now we have some user. How can we prevent the user from login? How can we prevent the user from login? Now, for example, I have a Salesforce org. Okay. So we have there is a org, which is a Salesforce org. Inside that org, we have a different users. Assume that we have a development team. We have a development team. Now this development team there are 5 members inside the development team. So this is my Salesforce org. Okay, inside the Salesforce org, we have 5 users. We have 5 users. There are 5 users which are there. Okay. We have 5 Salesforce licenses. I have a organization. Inside that organization, there are 5 Salesforce licenses are there. And each 5 licenses are given to each developer. Now I have one technical lead and I have one technical member, another technical member, assume that admin, and another technical member is there. So each member will be having one license is occupied. There are 5 licenses. Each user will be 1 user equal to 1 license. So each user will have 1 license of Salesforce. 1 license of Salesforce I have, right? Now, this is perfectly fine. Now, so when this team is working within the development, okay, this team is working on the development side. They have implemented some project or the product and which is delivered to the client, which is in the production, Right now they have everything pushed to the production. Now at that time, what happened is some issue came. Whenever the issue comes in, whoever is the technical lead is there, Ramesh is the technical lead. Okay, this person resolves everything on high priority. What are the issues that are coming on the production? Everything the Ramesh is able to resolve it on time. So he is very good person. Okay, Technically, he is very strong. Now, just a step back here, preventing the user from logging is 2 ways we can prevent it. One is I can directly deactivate, so which is a deactivation, and second one is a freeze. 2 ways we can do it. 2 ways we can do the preventing the user to log in. Now, this is going smoothly. Suddenly what happened? Ramesh has resigned it. Ramesh resigned the company. Maybe he got a good offer, he resigned the company. So when he resigned the company, the team is a bit worried because what are the production issues are there? He used to take care of everything. Ramesh used to take care of everything because he is a technical lead and he is a SFDC admin. Everything he knows inside that product or inside that project. He knows everything from the starting top to bottom, everything he knows where is the issue exactly. He can fix it very quickly. Now suddenly he resigned it. When the person is resigned from the team, so what will happen? The first thing which is going to happen is our discussions are going to happen whether do we need really that person inside our company, because that person has resigned it. And he might have got another offer. Okay, so there are some discussions which are going to happen in case they feel that okay, I might not get that person because I can able to share a knowledge with other 3 members, whoever is there, other 4 members or other 3 members, I can share it. I can share the knowledge with that person. They should be ready to handle the situation. So if this decision is taken by the company, now they are okay to move the Ramesh out. Now, once they move out, so what should happen? Now they will check what is the related user. What is the Ramesh credentials that we have inside the Salesforce org. Inside the Salesforce org, wherever the Ramesh credentials are there, assume that this is the Ramesh credentials. Okay, this is his username and this is his email. Now, whenever he resigns it, okay, after all the formalities, the last step is restrict the access of all the Salesforce org once he goes out of the company. As soon as he goes out of the company, we are going to restrict him. We are going to remove all the permissions for all the Salesforce access. So in order to remove that, what we will do is we have to deactivate it. So once it is deactivated, what will happen? Once it is deactivated, the person cannot be able to log in. Now, if I deactivate it, I'm going to receive some information message here saying that deactivating user removes from the all delegated groups and sharing privileges. The following page prompts you to remove the user from any team. You can still transfer this user record to active user and view the username under manage users. So it is giving a some kind of a hint saying that, okay, now you are going to deactivate this user. When you deactivate this user, you can take out the permissions. That means all the permissions which are related to this user will be gone. As soon as it is deactivated, the permission cannot be used. Now, what is the user license we have? User license is Salesforce. And what is the profile? Salesforce profile. Now, what it shows? 100%, 2 users I have created. Now, one of the user, I'm deactivating it. Let's save this. As soon as I deactivate the user, the licenses are going to come back. When I say come back, it says that you have only 1 user because you have it 2, out of that you have only 1 user which you have created it. Second user, I just deactivated. As soon as I deactivate the person, as soon as I deactivate the user, the license is going to return back to the Salesforce org. It returns back to the Salesforce org. It returned back to the Salesforce org because we have deactivated that user. That means this person is no longer access my Salesforce. This person is no longer access my Salesforce. Why? Because I have deactivated this person. As soon as I deactivated it, the license is going to return back to the Salesforce saying that, okay, here is the license takeout because we have removed one user. We have deactivated one user. So that's how the deactivation is going to happen. Now I have deactivated this person, right? This person username is this. Okay. Now let me go to the Salesforce. Now I'll refresh. Now if I try to log in, what is my login credentials here? This is my username. I'll give the new password. Click on login. As soon as I click on login, what it is saying that please check your username password. You still cannot log in because we have deactivated this user. You cannot log in. Contact your system administrator. If you want to log in, contact your system administrator so that the person will activate it based on the need. Right? Now this is the scenario for deactivation. Now let's assume that what happened is after a couple of weeks, maybe a month, after a month, the Ramesh came back. Okay, Ramesh came back saying that I wanted to join back to the same company. I wanted to join back same company. I wanted to join back the same company. So Ramesh will start discussion with the company saying that I wanted to come back to the same company. Is it allowed or not? So company also will think that, okay, we are getting the more issues than previous. They are getting the more production issues than previous. And the other team is taking a lot of time to fix the issues. The other team members are taking a lot of time to fix the issues, right? So we need a person who used to handle the production issues. We need that person back. So company also thought the same thing. Then when both are synced, company and the candidate both are synced, Ramesh will be joining back to the company. So once he joined back the company, once all the formalities are done, the next step is giving the access to the Salesforce org. Now, how can I give the access to the Salesforce org? Because I have already deactivated, the license is gone for this user. The license is gone for Ramesh. Now, how can I do that? Do I need to create a new user record? No, I need not to create a new user record because I already have entire information of that person. In case if the person is back and the person is saying that I want the access to this org, then simply activate it. As soon as I activate it, whatever the Salesforce license it was having it before 1, now it will change it to the 2 because I gave back the license to that person. I gave back the license to that person. So when I gave back the license, all the licenses are utilized. Now assume that before this person joined to the company, there is another person who joined to the company. There is another person. Company recruited another person. Okay, XYZ person they have recruited. When they recruited this person, and this is in between, before Ramesh joined, there is another person who is joined to the company and they have given the license to this person. They have given whatever the license to this person is there. Whatever this person used to have, the same license they have transferred to the XYZ. Once it is transferred to XYZ, later if this candidate Ramesh is joining back to the company, once he joined back the company, first thing is that Salesforce team is going to check whether do we have a license for the new user or not. He is joining back, but ultimately he is a new user. Do I have a license? No, there is no license is available. In case if there is no license is available, I cannot activate back of this user because there is a already license is used by this XYZ. XYZ person has already used the license of the previous person. Now, if this person is joining back, that means first thing is that I'm going to check whether do I have a license or not. If I do not have a license, I cannot activate this person details back because there is a person already used my license, right? So that is how we are going to check. That is how we are going to check. Now that is the deactivation part. This is the deactivating the user and activating. If there are any licenses which are available, we are going to activate it. So deactivation is nothing but uncheck the active checkbox. Uncheck active checkbox. In case if the person is back, then again check the active checkbox. But before that, what do we need to verify? What do we need to verify before that, before activating it?
If there is a license available or not.
Verify the licenses, whether the license is available for this org or not. If there are no license, I cannot. The next one is preventing the user from login is freeze.
Ma'am, how long that user will be there in the Salesforce org? Like after he resigned the job, means any duration, specific duration, like that his user will be like available in that Salesforce?
Okay. So the thing is that, can I delete the user?
No, we can't delete.
Once the user is created, can I delete the user?
No, we can't delete.
We cannot delete. So how long will be there once the user is created there?
So till the organization exists?
Yes.
Okay.
Now next thing is that freeze. Till the organization exists, it will be there. But how you will know that whether the licenses are, whether the user is really active or not? Based on the active checkbox, you are going to see how many users are active. There are 100 users are there in the organization, but out of 100 users, only 5 users are active. That means only 5 licenses are used by the user. Only 5 licenses are used in the organization. Only 5 users has the active access to the Salesforce. Okay. The next one is freeze. Freeze is nothing but, let's suppose if you are watching any Salesforce videos, okay? When we are watching a Salesforce videos and noting down some notes. So what we will do, for time we will pause the video and we will note down. While watching the Salesforce video, what we will do, we will pause a video and note down the notes. So then once my notes are completed, then I'll resume it. I'll resume playing it. Same thing for user also. If user is not available on certain time, then what I'll do, I'll freeze it. Okay, I'll freeze it because the person is not available on certain time. It's a duration is longer duration. Maybe this person is not available for 3 months, person is not available for 4 months, person is not available for 1 year, some time period. Okay, and then once the person is back, then I'm going to unfreeze it. So pause is nothing but freeze, resume is nothing but unfreeze. Pause means stop it there. Wherever I am listening to the video, stop there. And then once I'm back with my continuation, then I'll resume to play the Salesforce video. So user is also same thing, freeze, unfreeze. Now let's take a scenario. We have inside our development, Swati is there. Okay, Swati is very good. She is also a technical lead. Okay, she is also a technical lead. She is also doing very good on fixing the issues daily. she is able to complete the task on timely. Now, Swati is going for the maternity leave. Swati is going for maternity leave, right? So, or she is not well. Assume that she is not well. She has some health issues. She is not well. So, doctor said that to take a 3 months bed rest. Doctor said to take a 3 months bed rest. Then she informed her manager saying that I'll not be available for 3 months because I have these health issues. If manager approves it, then she will go for the leave. If manager has some questions, concerns, then that is a different, altogether different conversation. Let's assume that here manager is approved it. Once the manager is approved it, okay, the next step is that whenever she is not available inside the company, whenever she is not available, I do not want any other members using her credentials. We do not want anybody using her credentials. Because if we start using as per the company rule, we should not be sharing the passwords. We should not be sharing our credentials. We should not be sharing our credentials to anybody else. Whether it is your friend or whoever it is, manager or whoever it might be. We should not be sharing our credentials to anybody as per the company policy, right? But somehow this development team knows her credentials. Her credentials they know. When she is not in the company, I do not want anybody to use her credentials because it is possible that using her credentials, something can happen in the org which is going to impact the production, which is going to impact the client. And when we did the research, we came to know that somebody has logged in with the credentials of Swati. And not only somebody, possible that when she is on vacation, she might log into the Salesforce to check just for the recap what is happening. And something she has done it. So we do not want that kind of a situation to be happened. If somebody is not available in the company for certain time period, we do not want that user to log into Salesforce because you are not working right now. Because you are not working right now, so we are not going to give the access to the Salesforce. Once this person is back after 3 months, once the health issues or everything is recovered, then I'll give the access back. Then how can we do that? So we cannot deactivate this person. We cannot deactivate this person because this person is still in the company. The employee details are still in the company. This person is not yet resigned. He did not go to any other company. The person exists in the company, but because of some health issues, the person might go for 1 month leave or 2 months leave or 3 months leave. So as the person is going on leave, so we cannot deactivate the person. We cannot deactivate the person. Instead of deactivating, what we can do is we have something called freeze. We have something called freeze. So by clicking on this freeze, the person is going to freeze for some time. The person is going to freeze for some time. And once the person is back, once I click on freeze, then I'll see unfreeze button here. I'll see the unfreeze button. Now let's say that I'm going to freeze this person. Now here unfreeze button is available. Now I can unfreeze it. Okay. That doesn't mean that password is going to change. Password will not change. Credentials will not change. Credentials will be the same. But just I am pausing for now. Because the person is not available, I'm just pausing her credentials for now. Pausing her credentials for now. Clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Next one is login access policies. So what is the first thing? First thing we have seen how to edit the user. How can I delete the user? No. Instead of deleting, we can prevent the user to log in from the system or from the user. Then we have fourth one, resetting the password. Then fifth one, we have login IP addresses. Login IP address. Now login IP address, let's go ahead and see what is the login IP address. Login IP address, for example. Okay, so we have these team members. Okay, these are the team members. Now this Ramesh is sitting in the USA and he is the technical lead as well as he is an architect also. Okay, now assume that Praveen is sitting working from the Hyderabad. Now Praveen has faced some issue. And he is not able to resolve the issue. And there is no time for researching more because Praveen already taken a lot of time to research it. Now he definitely needs somebody's help in order to resolve the issue. Now this person is sitting in the USA. Now that issue is recreatable only with the Praveen credentials. The issue is recreatable only with Praveen credentials. We cannot recreate with the Ramesh credentials. Only it will happen with Praveen credentials. Now Praveen contacted Ramesh saying that I have already spent these many hours. I could not able to find the solution. Can you help on this? Okay, so Ramesh said that yes, I can do that. Okay, what is the issue? Then he has explained the issue. Now, how the Ramesh will debug the issue? Because Ramesh is not able to recreate the issue with his credentials. Only this person need to access the Praveen credentials, right? Using the Praveen credentials, he should have to log in and then only he should be able to see the issue. But here is the restriction. As per the company policy, we should not share the credentials to anybody. As per the policy, we should not share our credentials to anybody else. We should not be sharing any credentials. Now, what should happen? Now, this person should travel to the USA in order to resolve that issue, or this person should travel to India in order to resolve the issue. Now, we do not have that much time. Now, can he send his laptop to USA? Is it possible? No, he cannot do. Now, how this person, only this person is able to resolve the issue. That is for guarantee. But the problem is issue recreatable using the Praveen credentials. Now, how can I do that? Now we have something called in Salesforce, which is called as a login access policy. Login access policies. So inside this login access policy, we have something called administrator can log in as any user. Admin can log in as any user. Right now, if you go to the users tab, you see only edit option is there. Let me take a screenshot of this. Okay. Now this is what it says, administrator can log in to any user. That means without a credentials, I can log in as a different user. The person need not to share the credentials to anybody else. But this will give a flexibility without knowing the credentials of other person. I can log in as the other person. Now enable this. Let's click on save. Now let's go ahead and refresh. Now what is the difference that you can see here? What is the difference between the previous one and new one you can see?
There is a login button added in the new one.
Login button is already there, right? Login button is there. Now I can log in as some user. I can log in as some user saying that, see here, user development. I can log in as a user development. I can right now I can recreate the issue and I can fix the issue. I can recreate and I can fix the issue. And once the issue is fixed, I can log out from another user. Right? So that is the flexibility which I have. Now just observe it. When I log in, actually I'm logging in with my credentials, right? Now I am into the my credentials, which are Swapna Konugant. Okay, now I'll log in as a user development. When I log in as a user development, and I have fixed all the issues by logging into the user development, I clicked on a logout. When I click on a logout, complete session is logging out, right? Complete session is logging out. I do not want a complete session to be logged out. It should come back where I was. It should come back my credentials because I'm already logged in. When I clicked on a logged out as a other person, why it is logging out my credentials? It should not happen, right? So for that, we have a session setting. Inside the session setting, there is an option called force. There is an option called force re-login after login as a user. Now, if I uncheck this and let's click on a save button. Now I'll go back and log in as this user. Now I'll log out. Now what is happening? It is coming back to the original page. Wherever the page that I logged in, it is coming back to this page. Right? What are the two options that we have? In case if I wanted to log in as another person, what is the setting that we have? Person.
We have to check the admin can log in as any user checkbox.
Without knowing the credentials. So I need to go to the setup.
Login access policies.
Search for login access policy. Search for login access policy. Then
Check the checkbox. Admin can log in as any user.
check the option or enable the option. What is the option?
Administrator can log in as any user.
Administrators can log in as any user. This is to enable the login. Now, second option is if we logged in. Another user and logged out as another user. In order to come back to same screen. From logged in user. What is the setup that we have to do?
So go to the session settings and uncheck the force re-login.
Right. So setup, go to the setup and search for what is the option that we have to search for it? Session settings. And inside the session settings, what is the option that we have to uncheck?
Force a relogin.
Force re-login after login as user. Okay. So this is the option to come back. So in interview, they will ask, okay, write down the interview questions. So in interview real time, what they ask is, what is your day-to-day work? What is your activities? Or do you deal with the users? So when you say I deal with the user, the first question is, how can we delete the user? What are the different ways we can delete the user? This is a confusing question. When they ask what are the different ways to delete the user, then mention that we cannot delete it, but we have to deactivate and freeze it. We have to deactivate it and freeze it. What is the freeze? How to deactivate user. What is the differences between freeze and deactivation? What all information or data can we edit on the active user? How many users can we create inside the organization? And how to reset the user password? How to reset multiple users' password? How can we log in as another user? And what are the setting that needs to be done? Who can we log in as another user? How to how to prevent logging out my session when I log out as another user. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yesterday assignment, is it completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yesterday, how many members are created the user? Did
Totally
anybody
4.
for others?
Yeah, same.
Sushma? So out of 4 users, deactivate 1 user and try to log in. When you try to log in, what is the error message? That shows. Now freeze out of 4 users. You have deactivated here, so you will be having a 3 users. Out of 3 users, freeze one of the user. And try to log in. If there is any error, provide the error details. Out of 2 users, log in as 1 user without credentials. Okay. That's all for today. Any questions before I log off?
No, ma'am.
Okay then. Tomorrow we might not be having a class.
Okay, so Tuesday morning is the next class.
Yeah,
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
thank you.